Well, we're back in San Diego, right, Ray?
Yes.
And we're not going on a cruise. Well, we're not going on a cruise yet. Today we have gotten 2 tickets, well, 4 tickets, but we're going to take a ferry. One from the 1800s in San Diego that takes us all the way from San Diego Harbor over to Coronado. Now, this ferry is supposedly one of the oldest, and actually, Ray, look, there it goes right now, pulling away. So we got about 45 minutes that we got to wait. But if you come down to the flagship cruises, and if that's what you put in, I'll show you real quick on this side too. If you come down here, the ferry that we're taking, these other boats, you know, they'll run you anywhere from 40 bucks, 2-hour tours. The ferry round trip is going to cost 18 bucks. Pretty solid deal to jump on a historic ferry that's going to take us around this, which is the USS Midway. You can also go tickets or get tickets and go on there too. That's a fun tour. I think the last time I did that with my dad, and he became a tour guide for everyone there, telling his tales of the Navy. But all right, we got about 45 minutes before we get on our boat. Look, Ray, that's the new Amsterdam on the Holland America line. That thing is massive. So yeah, we have been looking. I don't know where we're gonna go. It's not gonna be Mexico. I think we're gonna go north first, but there's all the safety boats. I don't know. If you know a cruise line that we should go on from San Diego, LA region, let me know. Send me a message. Trying to try out a decent one. I think we'll start with like 4 to 5 days. It looks like they're getting this one ready. Taking some time before we get on. Look at this yacht. Whose is this? I'm gonna have to look this up, but I'm sure we could figure out. That's got to be somebody's, right? Is that Jay-Z? Jeff Bezos, maybe. Who do you think it is, Ray? You said Kardashian, right?
Yeah.
I think it's massive. Leo? Is that Leonardo DiCaprio? So Ray's grabbing a couple coffees before we head out, and I was close enough to the Star of India, and so you might know this sailboat. That thing is cool. It's been years. I know this has been down here since maybe the 70s. Maybe longer. Oh, there's that crazy yacht out there once again. But yeah, Maritime Museum. And you gotta watch out for your electric scooters, because that lady almost ran into me pretty fast. This says Star of India. 3-masted bark is the oldest iron-hulled merchant ship afloat, built on the Isle of Man in Great Britain. She was launched, it's a female, in 1863 and christened Euterpe. The Trans-Pacific trade from 1871 to 1898 resulted in the Euterpe circumventing the Earth 21 times, stopping in San Francisco in 1873 and 1883. She was purchased by the Alaska Packers Association, serviced the salmon canneries in Alaska, before making her home down here in 1902 and 1923. Euterpe was renamed the Star of India. Wow. This thing's been around the world 21 times. The stories this thing could tell, huh? That is really something awesome. And you got the little, that's what I keep hearing, the little buffers. This is California Historical Landmark number 1000 something bird crap. But dang, this thing's cool. I had no idea that many times. All the time I've seen this thing's got some true history from it. I knew it was old, but not 1800s. I'll save this for another video. So the more we look at this thing and see the people loading up, the more we're pumped. This looks like a lot of fun. And look at this guy down here. He's getting a free ride for now. But I gotta figure this thing's planning on heading out here pretty soon, because everybody's just checking in. And then our boat's gonna be way over there, but it's gonna take us around that Midway. Are you excited?
Super.
Me too. Our ferry just got here, but I thought I had time to get over here. I forgot they have to go all the way around there, but here's the iconic San Diego statue of the New York picture of the sailor kissing the, well, it's known now as the random stranger, but yeah, there it is. Over there if you ever want to take a fun pic down there. But I gotta get back to Ray and back to our ferry. Oh yeah, they got a bunch of boats on here and a whole bunch of new exhibits it looks like too. So a Midway trip is in my future. So great. The original one was from the 1860s and it was purchased for $15,000 and it held 600 people and I believe close to 20 horse carts. This one is the oldest wooden one still in service.
Nice.
Yes. There she is, the Cabrillo, like Leo Cabrillo.
Leo di Cabrillo.
Yes, that's the cruise ship one. All right, we're getting aboard. Got another one coming in back there. But as I was saying, the original one that was here that would hold 600 people and it was 13 horse trailers. That one has now been sold to Argentina and supposedly still working on the Amazon. Here comes this guy pumping in from whatever early morning brunch excursion. Get some great views from here for sure for the $9 of San Diego and the harbor. You can hear them still over the loudspeaker. Look at that in the distance out there. They got a Goonies boat and a jet ski. San Diego really has it going on, but what a view. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to get my mic synced up. And that's looking back over here. And as we make our, whoa, look at that boat. That's a cool looking one. Watch out, sailboat. We are jamming. You know what? All types of boats out here too. Usually you'll have the morning clouds, but today's just a perfect day. I waved to them, they didn't wave back on the windswept. Yeah, these are some really cool views of the Midway that you usually don't get. $9, that's it. And out there is the statue, like we were on the other side earlier. I'm gonna wave to him again. Hello. What a bunch of punks on the Midway. And we have the Admiral Hornblower coming in. And generally those I saw were maybe $50-$60 for right now. I know it gets later at nighttime when you want to catch, you know, the nighttime skylight. But this is quite the deal if you just want to get on a boat real quick, and it's every hour on Saturday and Sunday. It's on the hour, so, and every half hour to come back from Coronado. So out in the distance you see Coronado Bridge, and when that was built they had to shut down this ferry because they had to pay for that. So that was a toll bridge back in the day, so they had to shut this down because the California state law, you cannot have a toll bridge and a ferry within 10 miles of each other. So I believe that was paid off in 1986, and that's when the ferry was able to reopen. For whatever reason, you know, they had to shut it down, but they did because of that bridge. And that bridge is sketchy too. I've been on that many times. That thing is so high over the water. It's scary. And it's a floating bridge too, if you didn't know. Walk up here real quick. There's Ray. See if we can get her to wave. Yeah, she's happy she's in the shade. We got the Hyatt out in the distance, the convention center over here where the Comic-Con goes on every year, and San Diego Padres Petco Park. Whoa, look at this thing, the Californian. That thing is honestly the shape of California right now. So we're now approaching Seaport Village over here, and you can kind of see a little bit better out in the distance. That's the convention center. This thing is making good time. We are jamming. All right, I got the mic connected finally. This little wireless DJI mic that I got, it works good when it is connected, but man, is it a pain to get it connected sometimes. You can see out in the distance up here above the convention center, you can see the ballpark and the clock tower, the Dodgers. are still playing in October. However, the Padres once again have succumbed to the playoffs. So they will not be back till April. All right, we're gonna make a right here. Out in the distance, you'll see cargo ships waiting. And we're gonna be making a right out into the harbor. Zoom in some too and drop it. And this, I'm shooting this in 4K, so this could be a huge, oh wow, look at that. A little concert venue on the water. Looks like they're setting up for something tonight. That is probably pretty awesome how the dome is, almost like the Hollywood Bowl, where it probably echoes out to everyone on the bay. Okay, time to make that hard right. Oh dude, jet skier. Now that looks fun. Today, currently about 75 degrees too. Perfect weather once again to be out here. And you can see all the ships out there. Look like they're getting ready to roll somewhere. There's quite a few. And as far as seasick goes, no, not bad at all. Usually I get motion sickness, but this is nothing. Looks like they cut the engines already. It's pretty crazy to think, well, Coronado Island isn't actually an island either. It's just the name it was given. And believe it or not, Coronado has one of the only beaches that you can actually go down to in San Diego. Another crazy fact. It's cool how, like, they cut the engines and then all of a sudden they just kind of swing. It seems like the rudder, and you just kind of flip it right in there to the ports. I've never been over here, and I know the Hotel Coronado is actually on the other side of the island. We're not going to be able to make it over there today, but I'll save that for another trip. There we go. We made our way downstairs. We're just settling up here, about to hit the island. That's not really an island, but
that was a fun ride, don't you think, Ferry?
We're like socialites of the 1800s and early 1900s, arriving at Coronado to get our beers and hoagies at the Village Pizzeria, just like they once did. But I guess we're gonna go find what we can find out on this island, and then see what it's all about. Oh, it smells good. Take a look back at our little boat there, and here's the beach. Don't feed the birds either. People getting their feet wet. And they do have bike stands too. Did you see the bike stands down below? You can bring your bike over for free. Water's a lot clearer than I thought it was. A lot clearer than it is in San Diego, that's for sure. We're gonna make our way around the corner because we really have no idea where we're headed. So I thought I'd just stop by here and show the water. I gotta throw my feet in too. All the restaurants and brunch places are super busy, so we might be eating in downtown San Diego today. What did you think about the cruise over? Well worth it?
Worth it, yes.
Hey, it's under $10.
I do it again if I have to.
Well, you're gonna have to because you gotta go home. Do you like it over here?
Yes.
It's cool, huh? It's pretty fun.
Sorry for my umbrella.
Yeah. It's blocking the viewer's view. Look at these places. That kind of reminds me of like Florida Disney, right? Like some of the hotels there. Looks like some soccer teams over there taking a photo too. This says that in 1910, on this unoccupied brushland of northern Coronado Island, inventor and entrepreneur Glenn Curtis opened a flying school for airplane pilots. Among the first Navy class, Theodore Spuds Ellison, who would become the first naval aviator in 1917. U.S. Congress appropriated the island to support the World War I effort, and 2 airfields occupied the sandy flats. Camp Trouble is the name of this. And Rockwell Field, the Army vacated the whole island. Many aviation milestones from Northern Island include the first seaplane flight in the United States history in 1911. I did not know that. Huh. Who would have thought? Ray, look. Ray, look. Okay, we're done looking. We got some time to kill, so we're going around the shops. The Little Piggy Barbecue, I think we're gonna stop by there, is over there. But I saw a fountain and then something from the old Navy bases in the middle of that courtyard that for whatever reason they can't dig out. But this is where it drops you off, right outside the neighborhood. And just like any island, it's got a KFC and Taco Bell directly across the street. Coronado tasting room, crystals and minerals, raised like dark shadow walking around. See anything? You got our tickets, right? But if you need a one-way ticket, yep. Same, $9. Okay, we're gonna head back. No diving off here. Was that a problem? The diving? Some guys coming in on their jet ski excursions. Well, there's quite a few out there. That looks like a lot of fun. Okay, we're heading back over to San Diego. Fishing at end of pier only. Maybe see if anybody caught anything cool out there. There's quite a few people fishing too, right? Jet skiing looks like the best though, huh?
Mini Sydney over there.
A mini what? Sydney. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. The Sydney, yeah, they have the, what is that? The Sydney Opera House, but they got seats set up for tonight. The time's right there. I'm gonna go see if anybody down here has caught anything. So while I'm here, I've noticed that it's got this post down here at the end, so while I'm here, might as well throw one on there. There's a K-Von 43 2K sticker, so if you've been out here, there it is, overlooking San Diego. One thing I would say, make sure of, this is the Silvergate. It looks like the one we were on, but just make sure because it's every 10 on the 10s and the 40s. This thing takes you over to the convention center. And you don't want to go there. You want to go to the, if you enter from Broadway, you want to go from Broadway. Otherwise, you're going to have quite the walk all the way down there around the Midway. So, yeah, make sure you get on the right boat for sure. Just a heads up. There's our boat out there. People almost got on the wrong one just now, but I think if you're not going to do much or jet ski or ride a bike, I think an hour over here is pretty good. Thank goodness we're heading back and we're in the front of the line, so we're going to get a killer seat. And it also looks like I was out in the distance, there's Coronado, but out that way you can see, well, besides the pelicans, out in the distance, the clouds rolling in. So it's going to get pretty chilly pretty darn quick out here. Nice day, San Diego. I'm not usually a fan of San Diego, so I got to say I enjoy it today. Those jet skis just keep calling my name. Oh, and here comes the Southwest plane out in the distance there. Airport's not too far from here. I can see Ray and I on there right now. She'll be screaming at me with her hair getting wet. Here comes Southwest and her boat. This pretty much gives a good overview of the Cabrillo. That's the one you want if you're going back to Broadway, but wow, they're getting this thing hooked up a lot quicker than we were here. There's some people waving. And like I was saying, what I read, this is one of the, if not the oldest wooden ferry boat. Still probably working in the ocean, I would figure. Because there's got to be older ferry boats out there on lakes and rivers. I think I've shown the bay and the harbor as much as I can as we race this little sailboat right there. 18 bucks round trip per person, not a bad deal. Every hour it comes back. But with that being said, Coronado in my rear view here. Thank you for joining us. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Please consider subscribing as always. Like this video if you like this video. Like this video if you didn't like this video. And the Midway, I was looking online, and if you go on Groupon, that's $35 for the full experience there, so you get everything with that. Not a bad deal, to say the least, but Coronado out there in the distance, the floating bridge, the sailboats of San Diego, the jet skis, and the rolling in fog coming soon. I still want to know whose yacht that is out there. Who do we have? And then that's so cool. Look at the airplanes taking off, boats going by. What a day. All right, I got another video to shoot, so I will see you next time. You really get some good shots of the Midway coming in this way. So cool. And then here comes the speedboat again. I'll show you him. The guy just flew past us. And wow, this guy's hauling. Oh, that's a different one. It's going a little bit fast though coming in here. USS Midway. You can walk all the way down there by the net too, it looks like. Wow, those people are just chilling. Let's see if they're a little bit nicer. Let's see if anybody waves. Nope. What a shot though. And then right over here is where you pull in. And there it looks like the New Amsterdam is still waiting to pull out today. But, alright. So long, San Diego Harbor. Until next time. One more thing that I noticed. They got Wilson. Right, Wilson. And they got the Pirates of the Caribbean coin.